Hey there, and welcome to Goddess on the Rise. I am your host, Sarah Berg, and this podcast is all about empowering women, living in your truth, loving your body as it is, in your journey to self-love. You can find this podcast to be real, raw, authentic, and truth. So buckle up, girlfriend, because we are going for a ride. Oh, I'm recording.
Oops.
Okay, so when we talk, I'm going to delete all this, but so you see how it's like really, really short right now? Mm-hmm. But now it's like a lot larger?
Yes.
Okay, so we're probably going to want it pretty large.
So we need to talk very loud.
Okay. We need to talk very loud and enunciated.
I'm not good at enunciating, but I am good at talking loud.
Okay. Hey there. Okay, today's episode is like really, really freaking special. Honestly, it's probably going to be one of my favorite ones because, if I'm being honest, it's going to have my favorite person on it. Today's episode is all about my sister, my little sister. She turns like 24 tomorrow. We're recording this on the 22nd and her birthday's on the 23rd. And make no mistake that this is not by accident. Today's episode is all for her. It's all about her sharing her truth and her honesty about something that has, honestly, like, it's a tragedy, I feel like, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a tragedy that our family and mostly, or more especially, I should say, her has gone through in this past year, right?
Right.
Okay, so, sister, we're going to talk. Okay, so here's the thing. This is going to be a very, I'm really sorry, guys. This is going to be a very unedited episode just because I want you to hear, like, me and her's relationship. Like, I'm sure there's going to be some tears, and I'm also sure that there's going to be some laughter because, like, there's never a moment that we're not laughing. But just so you guys have a little background, so me and Katie have been sisters since the day she was born.
Ooh, that was awkward.
I don't know where I was going with that. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, so we, obviously been sisters. I'm going to stop talking. Yep. Gosh, dang, I'm already messing it up. But anyways, so we started out as best friends, and then we went to like this, I feel like it was a really brief period of hating each other. No. You feel like it was a long chunk?
Absolutely.
God dang.
Okay, maybe it was one-sided. I hated you for a very long time, I'm not going to lie.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. We're doing it. Yep. Okay. Well, we won't talk about like why you hated me or anything like that. But it really doesn't. But then like we started becoming really, 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 really close.
Yes.
Like super close. And then like we became even closer.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when do you feel like we got really close? Was it like when you had been? It was no. Because it was before that. It was like, I feel like it was when you moved to North Carolina.
2017.
Yeah.
I think the beginning of 2017.
What year did you have Ben?
I had him at the end of 2017. I moved to...
Then it was before that. It was like when you moved to North
26
Carolina.
I moved to North Carolina at the beginning of 2017.
Oh, shit, dude.
Yeah.
God, you got pregnant fast.
Oops. I really did. I moved in February 2017 and I got pregnant in March 2017.
Oh, I am like hitting everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. It happened really fast.
But yeah, that is when we started getting close. When you moved to North Carolina, we got closer, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because we talked a lot.
Yeah, we were really close before that, but I think we just, like, became one in 2017.
Tonight is the night when two become one.
Oh, I did not know what you were singing until you just did that.
Do you know what song that is?
Yes.
Spice Girls.
Yes.
Okay, so now let me set the scene for you, because right now, me and Katie,
Yes,
and Elijah, and my husband Chris, and my nephew Ben, all like packed up our cars and moved to Nevada.
And Mia. Don't be rude, Mia.
Of course, Mia. She's a package deal though. Like everybody knows where I go, Mia goes.
You need to tell me Bentley and Elijah are not a package deal.
Well, some of my listeners don't know like Bentley and Elijah.
Well, you mean to tell me Chris wasn't part of your package deal right there? That's what I thought.
Crickets.
Woo-hoo.
Crickets. No, just kidding. But I feel like I go so many places without him. Yes. You know, like no one ever knows where he's at.
Very true.
But anyways, so we all just moved to Nevada. We basically got quarantined the minute we got here. Anyways, my husband has orders here. Her husband. Do you want to explain that situation real quick?
Kind of. So Elijah is
My brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm. That's my husband. He is. Oof. There's only so much I'm allowed to say, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, we gotta talk about that because Chris totally told your neighbor. Like, spilled the beans.
I'm just gonna say that you never told me I couldn't say anything.
It's not that you can't say anything. It's that his job is not well liked, and so it's dangerous for the family.
Oh shit.
Yes. It's a very controversial. I did not say that right. But you know,
controversial. No, I butchered that too. Man, I went into that confident.
Yes, you did. Okay. Y'all understand what we're saying. But it is a very controversial job.
You just
okay, stop it. Okay. Either way, the job is not always liked, and so it's a government position. He's a federal agent.
Yes.
Doing a job no one likes. There we go.
I don't want to say no one likes.
Okay, well, a lot of people don't like it. Too many people don't like it. There's
okay. So, anyways, why is he here?
So the coronavirus obviously changed the whole academy. They sent everyone home. No one is at the academy physically. He is on a paid administrative leave currently, and we are just waiting to hear when he gets shipped out.
Good talk. So they got in their vehicle and they drove down with us because
we had already given up our apartment at this point because we were supposed to be leaving.
Yeah. So why the heck not, right? Like, I mean,
we were homeless, essentially.
Yeah. And what's really funny is that me and Chris were homeless too.
Yes. Like, we were just a bunch of homeless
vacation
hippies.
Damn, we did not plan that, man. Gosh. Okay, so one thing. Yeah, totally. Like, so, like, one thing about me and my sister is, like, we are so much the same person, but at the same time, so much like our own person.
Yes.
Like, it's amazing. Mm-hmm. We could literally just do a podcast on our relationship.
Yeah.
But I feel like we better get to the goods because we're already at 9 minutes of recording. Can you believe that?
Yeah, girl.
Okay. So, tomorrow is Katie's birthday.
I almost said so right after it's due. That's so funny. We both said, okay. And then I almost said so, and I was like, no, go. That was funny.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but, like, we're very, like, I don't think that we're annoying together, but everybody else thinks that we're very annoying together. And, like, when we get to laughing, like, okay, I'm just going to say, I am the only person that can make her cackle.
That is so true.
Like a hyena.
Oof. Did you just really call my laugh a hyena?
Our laugh. No.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay,
it's our
okay.
laugh.
A two thing.
Yeah, so I definitely called it our laughs at hyenas. We're really like, like I said, I don't want to say annoying together, but everybody else finds us annoying together. So who knows? Maybe other people are too. I don't really care though. But anyways, today's podcast is all about Katie. It's her birthday episode. It's like her chance of like, should I say redemption?
Yeah, I kind of thought about that earlier, but I didn't know if I was thinking of the word in the right term. But yeah, I kind of agree.
Part of it is.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know who listens to this, but if there's certain people, yep, if there's certain people that listen to this, then maybe this is her chance of redemption. I don't know.
Maybe I should not have to redeem myself.
But
My therapist said, actually.
Bum. No, I don't think you should have to redeem yourself, but like almost as like this is like why you're doing it. And like also to like share your truth and all that. Yeah, so like anyways, yeah. We just got interrupted real quick by my little nephew who's trying to get into the door. So we put a box by the door. We have moving boxes all over the place. And let me tell you what, like he pushed open the door.
He's very strong.
I thought it was Chris or Lige trying to get in. I'm like, are you kidding me? We just told them that
my kid's a tank.
Yeah, like okay, so he throws around an 8-pound medicine ball for fun.
As a bouncy ball, literally.
Like, okay, anyways. Back to you. Can we ever get back to you?
No, I'm a mom. This is how it goes.
Anyways, so today's episode is about that. It's about Katie sharing her story. and the reason why it's going to be on her birthday is because last year her birthday was, should I say ruined?
I know that you tried your hardest, but it was ruined.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to have a birthday again.
And that makes me so sad because like, so last year, like, how old was Ben? He was 1.
Yes.
So last year, like I was home because my husband was deployed and like I had everything planned out. So first off, I got her everything she wanted for her birthday.
Literally everything I asked for.
Everything that was on her list, I got her.
And I've never had a list before for my birthday, except for last year, because it was my golden birthday. I feel like I was the only kid in elementary school that hadn't had their golden birthday yet, because I feel like everyone was, like, born in the early days of the month, So out of the small class that we had, I was, like, the only kid that hadn't had their golden birthday yet. So I thought, like, last year I was going to do it big.
Yeah.
Like, a whole day about me.
Yeah. And so, like, I had everything planned literally, like, I want to say perfectly.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more, seriously.
Yeah, so, like, if it would have gone according to plan, I think it would have been perfect. So I had a babysitter. I had planned basically her whole day, all of her gifts, like, everything was literally near perfection. And then I would say the day started out very, like, perfect and honestly confusing for me looking back.
Yes.
And very interesting. And then do you want to take it from here and kind of like explain like where we're going with this?
Maybe you should tell me like what, I don't know how to. There's a pause because I don't know what to say.
So now's your time to say like what we're talking about.
Okay.
So just take it from here.
Okay.
Tell the world.
Okay.
Because this is this is what we've been ready for.
Yes.
Right. So like everything has been very like hush hush, like off social media, like no one knows type
very
of thing.
Private, aside from family and my therapist. Other than that, like no one knows.
Yeah.
About my birthday last year.
Oh yeah, no one knows about your birthday for sure.
Yeah, everything.
All right, here you go.
Okay.
You're taking over.
Okay.
So
everything I feel like was a really like, I don't know, fabulous day. Like the moment I woke up was wonderful. I got donuts. I mean, who doesn't want donuts on their birthday?
And Starbucks.
I was getting there, girl. Don't worry. I got Starbucks on my birthday. Like I literally woke up to that. I woke up to my beautiful baby. I woke up to my husband comes home from work. Okay, so he wasn't there when I woke up, but like he got there. I woke up to you.
Uh-huh.
And then I woke up to my younger sister.
Are we calling her that? Is that what you want to call her?
I think so that way people know who I'm talking about, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
what to say.
It's whatever you want to say.
This is like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to call her. I don't know to say her name. I don't know.
Yeah.
My younger sister was living with me for personal reasons.
Yeah.
And she lived in Ben's room. So Ben did not have a room. We had a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, pretty small apartment. Mm-hmm. Me and my husband opened our doors to her when she needed us, or when, she said she needed us. And so she lived with us from, honestly, I don't know when it was. I think it was September.
No, it was October.
October? Okay.
Yeah. So
October to, the day of my birthday. My day started off fabulous, like I said. My sisters brought me, I think I got balloons and flowers and Starbucks and donuts and, everything you could ask for. They came into my living room and they sang happy birthday to me with candles and, everything was fabulous.
Yeah.
And then our younger sister left for school. So I thought. And, I went about my day. I just figured I'd see her like for dinner time, whatever. And, went about our day, got ready, hair, makeup, whatever. And so got all ready, got all cute and whatnot. Sarah took me to lunch while Elijah was still sleeping.
Yeah, me and Mom.
He worked third shift at the time. Okay, I was going to ask you that. I think I remember Mom being there, right?
Yeah.
And we went to trainees.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we went to lunch. Our younger sister was at school. Ben was with us. It was super fun. So we went to trainees. I opened a bunch of presents. Totally got spoiled. Every single thing I asked for, I wanted. I got it. Which, as any moms that listen to this know, like, that's just not how it is. Like, your kids get what you need, not you, whatever. So it was like the coolest day ever. I really wanted to celebrate my golden birthday, turning 23 and whatnot. I think we ran a couple errands after lunch, dropped Mom back off at home so she could sleep. She worked third shift too. My husband had left for the gym while we were at lunch. And while he was away, my younger sister, she came into the house. It was her house too at the time. She came into the house and she packed everything she owned. Well, she packed a lot of her stuff. She didn't pack everything. Actually, a lot of things that we had given her as gifts for Christmas, whatever. Things we had just bought her in general, they were all there. For the most part, not everything. But a lot of it was. And the house was trashed. I had a toddler. I have a toddler still. But, so, like, my house was not clean 24/7. I'm not going to lie. Like, there are messes sometimes. But it was trashed far more than it was. And her room was trashed. And she left the bed we had bought her, the TV we bought her, and a lot of the kitchen stuff that we had bought because she had planned on getting an apartment, obviously shortly after high school. And just random things were left. Trash was all over the place. There was a huge stain on the carpet. So, anyways, like, the house was trashed, and Sarah had walked in with me, obviously, and I called Mom, just like totally, I called Lige first, I think, totally freaking out, like, what happened to the house, what's going on. I ran into I almost said something. I ran into my younger sister's room, and I mean, I was just like so in shock and so confused. And so called Lige. He was like, "What are you talking about? I have no idea." Like, he was freaking out. He walks in the door like 2 seconds after us. I mean, like, I called him and he was like, "I'm outside." And so he came up and he was like freaking out just as much as us. So before I like even can like think about what I'm doing, I call mom and I'm running down the stairs at the same time. And Sarah's like running behind me, and I call mom and I'm like, "Where is my younger sister?"
If you want to say the name, you can. There's no rules here. There's no guidelines to talk about heartbreak.
Okay.
Like, if it feels good to say it, you can say it. But if not, like, that's fine too. Just don't feel like you have to censor yourself. This is my podcast. Like, this is like our life. Okay? Like, we're not here to call this individual out, but we're here to talk about things that happen. Like, this is our truth. This is what we went through. Like, this is not censored. And if it hurts someone's feelings, it hurts someone's feelings. And that sucks. Like, that's not what it's meant to do. But at the end of the day, that's not what it's for. Like, it's for you. It's for you to get your truth out. Yeah. For us to get our truth out. And for you to have this, like, closure that I feel like no one has allowed. Or, like, maybe, like, not that no one has allowed, but, like...
No, I hate to say it, and I'm going to say this in the nicest way, which most people that know me know I am not always nice. But I feel like it has not been allowed. I'm not allowed to be hurt over this. I'm not allowed to talk about this. I'm not, this isn't about me. This is about someone else. It's always been about someone else since the day it happened. Yeah. That day, I feel like everyone else got to be upset. Everyone else got to be hurt. And I was just I felt like it was my turn to be hurt. I was slapped in the face. I was, like, it just, I really feel like I have not been allowed to be upset or talk about it or, heal from it, except for in therapy. I can talk all I want in therapy. And my therapist does not say, maybe someone, let's look at someone else's side of this. Or, like, maybe someone else deserves to be more hurt. Like, my therapist is literally like, yeah, that is traumatizing. That did mess you up. You did earn that hurt,
So random. Anyways, Ben keeps trying to bust through the door, and then I just keep making jokes. Okay, but anyways, back to the regular scheduled programming.
That was a good one. Okay, so anyways, yeah, I just feel like I wasn't allowed to be upset or hurt or whatever. So anyways,
well, now I feel bad. You feel like I didn't let you do that either?
If we're being completely honest, and I'm a brutally honest person.
Yeah, no, totally.
There's times where I do feel like that. Because I feel like there's a couple times when, it's been all about Mom and Kip. Yeah. Which I totally understand. Like, I'm not saying they didn't, Yeah. I totally get it. Yeah. I do. And my heart breaks for them. And my heart breaks that you were treated the same way when you did absolutely nothing. I think it's one thing, this might be a touchy subject. I think it's one thing to be upset with your parents and to hate your parents. I kind of feel like every kid goes through it at some point, maybe not to the extent of others. But I will say I did go through years where I hated my parents. And I think they were at separate times where I hated Mom. And I think it was a separate time where I hated Dad. And I do also think there was probably a time, not that I can really pinpoint too much, but I think there was a time when I hated both of them at the same time. Was I right in any of those times? Probably not. But there are a lot of times when I was, not gonna lie. That's my business, but whatever. There was times when, well, we'll leave that for another day. So anyways, I feel like every kid goes through it. And I think the way it is handled, or the way it was handled was very poorly. Yeah. But I will say,
like, poorly on who?
Poorly on, we're just going to name drop, okay?
Go ahead.
Okay. Poorly on Yancey's part, and also maybe poorly on our parents' part. But I also think, looking back at it now because I'm a parent, who writes the manual for how to be a parent? Like, where is that? It's like, I mean, I don't know what I'm doing every single day with Ben. You just don't know. And it's like,
And you're tired.
yeah,
Like,
you're
you're always
freaking
tired.
exhausted.
So
It's
you're trying to be the best parent you can be, and you're like just exhausted all the time. Like I'm exhausted, and I'm just his aunt. Like, I'm like, Ben, like, just give me a second.
Yes, yeah.
And like, I don't even care for him, 24/7.
Wait, I thought you were going somewhere different with the care word, and I was like, what? You don't care about my kid? Okay, I'm just kidding.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Like,
But
if
I
anybody
really
knows,
thought
like,
maybe you're going there for a second.
God,
I was
you're
like,
so That's
what is she
dumb.
about to say? This girl's exhausted now.
If anybody knows me, they know that Bentley is like my number one. Like, I'm his number one fan. Like,
Yes.
solid. Like,
24/7.
I'm his hype auntie. I'm his like best friend in the entire world, other than my dog. So there's that.
24/7, literally always.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyways, no one, there's no manual for how to parent. So, whatever. But I think there was also a time when, I don't even know how old I was. I think I was 16 when I ran away from home too. I believe I was 16.
Well, I feel like you can't say like you ran away from home. Like, you ran away to your dad's,
Yes.
but like you weren't living with your dad. So yeah, like
Yeah. I ran away from my mom's house.
she who should not be named.
Stop it.
She straight up ran away.
Yeah.
Ran away.
Yes.
Not from her parents, from her freaking sister's house.
But what I was
What
what I was going to say is that I ran away from home at one point from my mom's to my dad's. Okay, well, I'm just name dropping because this is getting hard for me. Okay, so Yancey ran away from our parents' home into my home. And, I'm not saying how it was handled was right on her part. I don't think she did it right. But I also can understand it because when I was in the heat of the moment, when I was, I think the same age actually, when I was in the heat of the moment, I totally handled it wrong too. I let my emotions get the best of me because me and mom got in this ridiculously large fight.
Okay, question. Do you even remember what the fight was about?
I believe so, but I could be totally wrong.
Isn't that funny?
Yes.
Like, it was such a big deal.
Yeah.
Because-
It was literally the end of the world for me.
Yeah.
I felt like it was the end of the world.
And that, my friends, is on hormones and teenage emotions.
Oh, I was like, what? Hormones? What do you mean?
God, like,
Yeah.
being a teenager,
Yes.
it's really freaking rough. Like, you
It
go
is.
through so many emotions all the time, and
Yeah.
I think that's not fair. But anyways, go on.
I couldn't agree more. Anyways, when I ran away from home, didn't handle it right, whatever. She did the same thing. She didn't handle it right. And then one day I ran away from my dad's and I went back to my mom's, and it was shortly after. Okay. None of it was handled right on any way. That was my fault. However, I think the fight with my parents, I still stand my ground on some of the fights. I'm not going to back down on some of those things still to this day. And so I think Yancey's fight with our parents, that's her business. Like, that's, I don't know, her situation. But when she ran away from my house, that was so appalling to me because we had such a fabulous day, or such a fabulous morning, I guess. And like, I thought things were really going well. Better.
Yeah.
There were definitely hard moments. She's a very hard teenager. I mean, very hard teenager. And I think that was why I thought I could help her, was because I had a really rough relationship with my parents too. And I handled it poorly. I wanted to help her handle it better. I wanted to help her, number one, as having been that teenager at one point that was in the same like mind as her to a point. And now being a parent, I was like, maybe I can shed some light onto what Mom and Kip are thinking, yet also having known what Yancey's thinking. So I really thought I could help. And I had also went to school for criminal justice. I had worked in a boarding school with a lot of kids that are very, very similar to her. I just really thought I was doing a good thing, and I really thought I was doing the right thing. And I think that all kind of just like slapped me in the face when she ran away that day. I called mom freaking out. Where is she? Did she ran away? Do you know what's going on? Is she there? What's happening? I was just like literally sobbing and screaming because I was so scared what was going to happen to this kid. Like, she didn't know how to pay bills. I was trying to teach her, but she didn't know how to pay bills. She just didn't know anything, because she was, in my opinion, very coddled for a very long time for certain reasons, and I thought she was very babied for a long time, and she didn't know how to be an adult. Yeah. Nor should any teenager, in my opinion, have to be an adult at an early age. I don't agree with that. But I know there are a lot of teenagers like that. And so, yeah, I just was very worried about her. Where do I go from here?
Where do you want to go from here? Do you want to talk about, do you want to talk about when we found her?
Yeah. And,
how that situation went?
Sure.
Because that's more, along, although,
It makes me nauseous.
Yeah, just, thinking back on that day. So, we found Yancy. And, I don't even know what to say.
Where we found her and who we found her with.
Yeah, it was a slap on the face type of thing.
I think that messed me up more than anything.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
I lost my best friend that day. Aside from you. Not
yeah.
A best friend outside of the family.
Yeah.
I lost my best friend that day. I gained, I guess, a bunch of enemies that day, in a way. I don't know if that's the right way to say that. I don't know how I did, but I gained a lot more enemies that day than I even knew about it. Right. I'm actually still finding out about some a year later.
Yeah.
Really. I also realized even more so how there was an enemy in the room. I'm not going to name drop the people that were in the room. But there was someone in the room who I had previously been best friends with at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very close with at one point. Yeah. We had some falling outs a couple times, actually. Whether they were my fault, her fault, whoever's fault, doesn't matter. We're adults now. We were not really adults at the time, but we had some falling outs. We got over them. We got back together, being friends, and then we had a big falling out again. And I just think we kind of were two different people to the point where it was we couldn't be friends. And that's fine. People just grow apart. However, when I saw her in the room, sitting right next to Yancy, just looking at me with that snide, stupid smile, I just instantly was like, Yancy knew the whole situation with that particular person. She knew everything. She had even been there for some of it. So it was such a slap in the face that Yancy ran to her. And then it was a slap in the face that Yancy ran to who I thought at the time was my best friend. And when I walked in that building that Yancy was in with all those people, and who I thought was my best friend couldn't even turn and look at me, I can't get that image out of my head. And I think that's ridiculous. In a way, I think it's ridiculous that I can't get that out of my head. But I really cannot get that out of my head. I'm still so appalled to this day. Yeah. And I have never spoken to those people since.
Yeah. Well, and then I would say tell them what happened that day. After all that happened, it was basically just the tension when we walked into that room was
unreal.
So the old Katie, pre-baby Katie, probably would have done some really bad things that day.
Yes.
But
Crazy Kate would have came out. The cops would have been called.
I was very concerned of what was going to happen. And that's why I actually went with you. Yes. I flew down those stairs to catch up with you because I was like, oh shit, am I going with her or not? And I'm like, yeah, I better go with her. So
I sat in the car outside, I would say for about 3 seconds, longer than I probably would have any other time. But I think I thought to myself, I probably have never even told you this, I think. I think I thought to myself, please have Sarah come down here because she's my peace of mind. She can bring peace to this situation. How the hell anyone could bring peace to the situation that happened, I don't know. But I knew of all people you could. You could bring me back down from those clouds and be like, okay, you have a child.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do what you would have done before. Which, thinking back on it, I know what I would have done before.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I know what I would have done before.
I was picturing it.
Crazy
in my mind.
Kate would have came back out.
Yeah.
But I just was like, no. You know what? And would it even have been worth it? I have those days where it probably would have been worth it. No, I'm not gonna lie. But there's a lot of times where I just know, like, it's just not worth it.
Yeah. It was very, very, like, strange territory to be in. Like,
Yes.
I know, like, when I walked in behind you, like, I was shaking.
I thought I truly to this day thought I was gonna have a seizure.
Yeah. I just remember, like, the people in the back.
Yes.
So one of the people that were there was, like, actually, I've known her since I was, I don't know, like,
I would think your whole life.
pretty close.
But I
Pretty
could be
close to
wrong.
my whole life.
Yeah.
She was one of my best friend's mothers, and she was there and involved in this situation.
And we had no idea.
Yeah, when we were there, we had no idea.
Literally no idea. That was like so.
That was like from left field.
Totally. We just
Like,
no
wait,
idea.
what?
Yeah.
So basically, like,
confusing.
you know, we get there, and that's when Nancy tells us that
moved out.
she's moved out. And wait, what?
Like, why?
Wait a minute,
And
what?
she said, and I remember, I think it's for the best. And that's when
Yeah.
that enemy that I had in the
Why?
room looked up at me out of the corner of her eye and smiled. And I was like, oh, it hit
Yeah.
me. And
Oh.
I think I was like, there's the slap.
Yeah.
There's the slap in the face that I was, okay, like, I get it. I get it. She had people in her ear talking.
Yeah.
Right or wrong, she had people in her ear talking.
Yeah. But, like, the worst part is, of course, is that no one, like, I feel like this whole situation, like, everybody has only heard one side,
Absolutely.
which was the side that was vocalized. And I'm not going to, like, sit here and say, like, it was a lie, because that's not my place to say. But, like, what I will say is that there's always two sides to every story.
No. There's 3 sides to every story. Her side, my side, and the damn truth.
Well,
And
don't you feel like part of your side is the truth, though?
100%. But those people in that room,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how they feel today because she's done walked all over them.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
which I find
yeah.
very funny.
Very.
But, you know, there is her feelings, there are my feelings.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, whether her feelings are valid or not, that's not my place to say.
Well, I feel like everybody's feelings are valid. Like, everybody's allowed to have their feelings.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
guess. Here is you talking sense. This is what I needed that day.
yeah.
And this is what I got that day. Or else I probably would have been very stupid.
Yeah.
This is the difference between me and Sarah. We are the same person, yet we're very different. She talks the sense.
Well,
I talk the balls to the wall. Let's just fucking do it.
Yeah.
And Sarah is like, better not.
I don't like, and that's why, like, when you said, like, you're going to be brutal honest and, like, say, like, you know, I don't think I ever meant it, like, in a way that was, like, to take away from you.
Absolutely not.
But more for you to, like, not for you to, like, understand where they're coming from, but be like, I guess I don't know. Like, I'm not defending anybody's actions. I just, like, everybody is hurting.
Yes.
And that doesn't mean that, like, what you feel is worse or less than what they feel is worse and less than what I feel. Even though, like, I feel like I really, like, I am such an emotional person. I'm always sad about everything or I'm happy about everything. And, like, that's just who I am. And I was hurt for you that day. And then I was hurt for the situation that day as well. And, like, the things that had happened. And here comes the tears.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Because tears are allowed to happen. But, like, I don't know. I guess I just, like, I didn't mean to, like, I don't mean to take away from you.
Oh, I know.
Because I think you're allowed to feel how you want to feel. And I think that's very important because at this rate, it feels like we've grieved a person dying.
Yeah.
Because that was our relationship. Like, we had a baby sister and now we don't. Is the end of the day.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But Ben's trying to break in again.
No one's shutting the door after.
And we're sitting here in this bedroom in the heat of the moment here. Verge of tears. And here's Ben knocking down the door. And this is real life, folks.
Yep,
this is real life.
This is definitely real life. I do agree with that, though. Like, we did lose a person.
Yeah.
And I felt like, I mean, I don't think I've ever in my life, sorry to my husband if you ever listen to this, I don't think I've ever in my life been as close to someone as I am to you.
Yeah.
Or even how I've ever been to you. You know, I've just never been so close to someone.
Yeah.
But I will say,
yeah,
she was up there.
Yeah.
She was really up there for me.
Yeah.
Like, there's you and then there's her. And our relationships were so different. My relationship with
very
you
was
very, very different compared to hers.
Yeah.
But.
And same, like, I was very much as, like, I felt more like an adult and equal to you, as with her, I felt more of, like, a
mom.
Mothering. And,
yes.
But, like, and I don't mean to take away from our mom, because that's not what I'm trying to be. Like, it's more of, like, when your sisters, like, I assume the oldest, I feel like, assumes that role of being a mother. And, like, that's how I felt to you sometimes, too. Like,
for sure.
As a straight up mother. But now I don't feel that way. I feel more of, like, an equal, you know. But, like, with her, I very, very much felt like.
Well, even with the age gap as well. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of natural to feel that way. And we were raised very differently than her.
Yeah, I agree.
Very differently.
We were raised very much so to, well, because I feel like for many reasons, like the ways that we were raised, the reasons why we were raised was a lot because of, like, the situation that had happened.
Yes.
Like, the way, like.
Just say it.
Well, our biological father was, like, psycho and tried kidnapping me and, you know, just, like, really, really crazy things. So, anyways, we always grew up, like, trying to, well, not trying to, but we always grew up that we always took care of each other. Like, that's how our mom raised us. Like, we were very strong and very independent women.
Very independent.
It was, like, drilled into us, like, always take care of your sister.
And
like, for both of us. Like, you always took care of your sister.
I feel like we really... I don't know if you agree with this. Actually, I think this is something we honestly probably haven't even talked about much, to be honest, but it's something I think about a lot. I feel like we grew up super fast.
Yeah, definitely. But
I feel like my childhood was robbed from me. Not because of my parents, but just because of the situations we were all handed.
Well, yeah, and it's like, it's very interesting. I don't think
that's our parents' fault, though. Let me say that.
Yeah. No, I agree with what you're saying there. Like, when I remember, like, being in recess, like, one year, and I was obsessed with, like, my biological father, like,
oh god, yeah,
because he was trying to kidnap me and stuff, and he was showing up at my school, and so we have the same mom and dad. We have the same mom and the same biological father.
Yes.
Our biological father gave up his rights to us, and then we had a dad that adopted us. And that is not the same person that is our stepdad to this day.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Very crazy and hectic, for sure.
3 different men.
Yes, in our lives. But, like, so, like, the biological father, back to the recess thing, like, I was so obsessed with it that one time I had wrote down his license plate, and then I was literally, like, at the school on the swing sets watching every car that went by, looking at the license plate. Like, I was in elementary school doing this.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that's crazy to me because like, okay, so obviously you went through it at different times, but when I got to 8th grade, I felt like that was my turn then. I did that.
That's so weird.
I was crazy like that. I literally just, like, I knew what his truck looked like, and I looked at every freaking truck to see if he was in it. Every red van I looked in. Because that was what he showed up with that day.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's part of, like, growing up that was very, very crazy for us. But, like,
Yes.
I mean, it was never a fault at all of our mothers or anything like that. It was just,
No.
that was the cards that had been dealt. And I feel
think
like,
it made all three of us women, meaning mom, me, and you, like the strongest freaking
hell yeah.
people. Like, there's
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, my mom had always raised us to be, like, strong, independent women. Like, I feel like warriors.
Oh, for sure.
That's a good word.
I like that
I just
word.
made that up on the spot.
Okay. Oh, that just is a new word.
It freaking popped up in my head.
Dictionary. Like,
I could honestly go on and call us warrior goddesses.
Oh God, jeez. Here we go.
Yep.
Okay.
But so,
Here she goes.
I gotta stay true to my brand.
Okay.
Goddess on the rise.
Oh, shut up.
Yes, baby.
God,
I'm rising. I'm rising. Okay. Sorry. Reeling it back.
She's getting weird.
Reeling it back in. Okay.
Weird in this little hallway here.
Where were we going with
We're
this?
very close right now.
We
physically.
are. Like. Oh shit! I did. Okay. Okay. Back into what we were talking about. Okay.
So, anyways, our relationship with Yancy.
Yes.
Was very, very different.
Yes.
But I was very much so really close with her.
Yes.
Like, she was my baby.
Yeah.
I just felt like she was like my sister at times, but at other times she was like my kid. Yeah. I truly feel like that because she was just so young.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
When I first met her and stuff, you know. And she was just like my baby. We had grown up together in a way.
So let me say this, like, so my mom had met my stepdad. They got married and all that. But, like, I mean, Yancy, she came into our lives when she was, like, what, 5 or 6?
No, I think it was younger than that. Was it?
No.
Oh, okay, maybe.
No.
I don't know. It feels like she was a baby.
Yeah, it really does. But, like, I mean, she was, like... I mean, she went everywhere with us. Mostly Katie.
Everywhere with
Mostly
me.
Katie.
I don't think I went on a date until, you know, a certain boyfriend. I don't think I went on a date, though, without her until then.
Yeah, and
I don't think I hung out with friends or stayed the night with people or anything unless she was there.
Yeah. And I remember that, too. I mean, like, there was lots of times where she went on dates with me and my boyfriend at the time, too. But anyways... Yeah, she was very much so, like, our little companion, our sidekick, and...
We really helped raise her because Mom and Kip worked so much, and I think I hate to admit it, but I think at the time we kind of wanted to.
Yep.
At times. Yep. And then at times we were like, oh my God, no,
You're
rid
so
of her.
annoying.
Like, yes. But we thought the same thing about each other, too.
Yep.
You know, I mean,
yep.
that's the sibling stuff right there.
Yeah, definitely. But, like, it was fun to, like, dress her up and, like...
Yes.
I remember we all did, like, makeup, and, like, she was very much a part of every sleepover that was...
Yes.
She was a
part
little...
of every single thing in our lives.
So, like, she very much, you know, grew up with us. They moved in with us. Like, I mean, this was, like, a big thing. Like, she was... You know what? We never called her our stepsister.
Never.
She was always our sister.
Never.
Like, at least I had always felt like she was included in everything. But then, like, hearing what has gone on, like, she's made it very...
In the past year.
Yeah, in the past year, after all this has been said and done. It, like... Okay, so I'll say, like, when was it that we started to talk again? Like, well, I guess I shouldn't say we started to talk again. After that whole entire day went past, like, basically what happened was she had blocked us on, like, everything.
I'm not gonna lie, I blocked her on everything before she got the chance to.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't want the opportunity. This probably sounds petty, but whatever. I blocked her and all of the other people before they got the chance to block me because I did not want to give them, including her, you know, the ability to unblock me and see my profile without me having to check.
Okay, that makes sense.
Do these people see my profile? Well, I won't know because I'm not friends with them, you know, so it's not like they're going to pop up, you know, and it doesn't send you a notification when someone blocks or unblocks you. But I don't want to give them that opportunity. So I did it first.
Yeah. So basically I kind of followed suit, except Yancy had already blocked me on pretty much everything. But then I turned around and blocked all the people that were involved because I post about my nephew all the time. And I know that I didn't want them to have the privilege of, you know, being in his life while not being in his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want her to be able to get on their social media platforms and be, like, seeing pictures of him and seeing our lives too. Like, you're deciding not to be a part of it.
And very much
Like-
so said, I do not want to be a part of this.
she wanted nothing to do with us.
That was verbally stated. It
Yeah.
wasn't just by actions. It was verbally stated as well. I don't want to be a part of this family. I don't want to be a part of any of this. You know, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that day we basically lost this huge amount of people that were involved in this, like, disowning,
Yeah.
basically. And it kind of just trickled down from there, honestly.
Oh, yeah. In a really ugly way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I noticed in a very ugly way, because when I lost who I thought was my best friend, I lost all the people that came with that.
Yeah.
Meaning, let's just be honest here, a lot of the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
A lot
So
of
Katie-
them looked at me very poorly without knowing anything.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing how fast I feel like people can just, like, spread
Oh,
lies or make it sound like it was all us or whatever. And, like,
that we were just this awful family.
Yeah.
Now, is our family perfect? Absolutely not. We are all awful in our own way. But it was not just, like, I don't want to say it was not just us, because I didn't think in that situation we were awful at all. But, like, I don't know. I just felt like we were made out to be these really, really terrible
Yeah.
people.
yeah.
And I was so shocked, because some of these people that, like, these lies were spread to were people that, like, I was, number one, close with, number two, I thought very highly of me.
Right.
You know, they
Right.
did think highly of me. They stated that they thought highly of me.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
I
yeah.
was close with.
I have to say, like, one of the things, like, I mean, like, this, we lived in a very small town. Like, it went around like crazy, right?
Wildfire.
Literally wildfire. So, like, we started noticing and hearing
Oh, yeah.
rumors.
The craziest stuff.
Oh my God, like, things that we didn't even know. Like, so, like, while Nancy was, like, living with us, like, she must have been saying things to other people. Yeah, living with you, but I was living with you, kind of. My husband was deployed, so I, like, stayed the night at Kate's. I stayed the night at my mom's. I stayed the night. Was that it? Yeah, I did. I think I stayed the night with Grammy.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, I stayed the night all those places. I was just kind of all over the place, but
But Yancy was straight up living with me. Full time,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
24/7 lived with me.
Yes.
She didn't stay the night other places. I mean,
Right.
aside from friends, of course. But she
Right.
lived with me.
Right.
She was me and Elijah's.
yeah. It's just like, though, like, with what I was saying was like, while she was living there, she must have been saying things. And, like, basically what came out was that, like, all through middle school and high school, like, there was, like, people around that would be, like, not really, like, look at us funny, but, like, we would just be like, okay, why are they being weird?
Yes.
And, like, it kind of just, like, came out that, like, we found out that things had gotten said and told, and, like,
The wildest
lies had been like really crazy lies.
Yeah.
Like, we found out, like, someone who like one of her close friends had basically came out and told us, like, and I don't want to say this person's name, I don't want to call her out or anything like that, but, like, basically
Are we
some-
talking about who I Snapchat?
no
Oh,
No.
Okay, go on.
But basically, like, we never liked this friend of hers. And it basically came out, like, she never thought highly of us because of all the things that,
Yeah.
had been told to her. And it was just, like, freaking nuts to me. Like, I'm sorry, wait, what? Like, it blows my mind. But anyway, so, like, that's how fast things got around. And, like, I know me personally, like, there's people that used to be all over my social media, like, all over my posts and commenting and liking and talking to me. And then, like, we slowly lost contact. And I mean, I'm not even talking about just, like, friends. I'm talking about old teachers.
Yes. Oh, that.
Breaks my heart.
Talking about old teachers.
I know.
You know
I know.
where I'm going.
Yeah.
That I'm still so hurt to this day.
Yeah.
Why I'm hurt, I'm not sure. Like, I should be this hurt over it. But there was a teacher in high school who knew everything. They knew about the boyfriend abusing me. They knew about my family life. They knew I had intentions of, at one point, this sounds wild, sorry, Mom, had intentions of quitting high school. I really,
Sorry, Mom.
sorry, Mom, love you, didn't quit, got my diploma, you're welcome. Totally did that for her because, excuse you,
I know.
I would have graduated early and Mom was like, please don't. Well, whatever, I did that. But this one teacher knew everything. He was my therapist.
Yeah, he was awesome.
I was very, very close to him.
Right.
And then Yancy swooped in. And that's fine. I told her when she got to high school, I said, you reach out to this person. Tell them who you are. Tell them you're my sister and you will be taken care of. And she was.
Yeah.
She was taken care of all 4 years by this particular teacher. And, you know, the whole situation happened, her moving out, whatever, everything was ugly, blah, 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 blah. I ran into this teacher in public. And I just ran up to him and I was like, hi, like, you know, like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm seeing you. It's been so long. Like, you know, how are you? Like, gosh, you know. And he looked at me and walked away. And I was like, wait, what? Like, we talked about she was a senior. Like, you knew she was living with me. Like, wait, what? That was one of the biggest shocks, too, where I was like, oh, like, that's how far this got.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, yeah, there was like so many relationships I feel like got tore up. And what was really funny is like I've had people that are, for me, that are lifelong friends and they're still my friends, thank God. But like they came up to me and they were like, okay, literally like what's going on with this situation? Because I've heard some things. And thank God like they came to me about it.
Yes.
And so I could like explain like what our side was. And like I said, we're not going to go into details about all that, like what not actually went down, but like what had made things the way they were.
Yes. What had made her move out of our parents. You know, we're not going to get into all that. That's, you know, that's something else. But
that's not our truth to tell.
Yes.
I should say.
Yes.
That's a really good like that's not fair for us to comment on.
Yeah.
But like she came up to me and she was like, you know what the heck is going on? Like, I know this doesn't even sound right, but like she had heard it from, I guess I can't say where from because like that's very obvious, but like she had heard it from a place and she was like,
a very big place in town.
Yeah. And she was like talking to my friend about it and it's like she didn't even know that my friend was my friend. And like, it wasn't Yancy talking, but it was someone else talking about Yancy's situation. And it was just like, you've got to be shitting me. Like, I don't know if she actually believed the shit she was telling or if she was just made up shit or like what it was. But I was like, I cannot believe like she's spreading that. So like that's how rumors get started, right? So she's telling someone, thank God that someone knew me. But it's like, if she didn't even know
what
me.
Messes me up is that at least people came to you.
Yeah. Well, only one person.
There's 2 people that I can think of.
Who's the other?
But only 2.
Who's the other? Mouth it. Huh? Oh, yeah. The second person. But the second person didn't just like come up to me and be like, "Oh, I heard this." She was just like, "I thought something was going on."
Yes.
But she didn't say like
no one ever came up to me, and I think that's what I was confused about. Was like no one asked me, and then
well, we all know how convincing people can be.
Yeah, I totally get that.
And by people, anyways.
Yeah, I just was so appalled that like people still believe the things that were said, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I know I had a lot of years where I was a shitty person. Actually, I made a post the other day on Facebook. I shared this thing.
Oh, I loved that. Wait, what was it again?
Anyways,
I think I know what it was, but like sure it was so good.
It was very good. But yeah, like people just no one asked me my side of it. And so this Facebook post I just found it says, does it ever fuck you up thinking about how old versions of you still exist to people out there? People you haven't talked to in years remember who you used to be and nothing about who you are now. And they're out there with memories of a version of you that kind of sucked. I'm not going to lie. I had a lot of years where I sucked. I really did. I still to this day, I had a lot of years where I sucked.
I don't think that's fair to say. No.
You know what? That's you being nice. I had a lot of years
where I
sucked.
No, it's not me being nice. It was years of you going through things that were hard to go through. Like, I mean, I wouldn't take back any of that. It made you who you was.
No one knew about it, though.
That's not fair to say either. It's not your fault.
That's a conversation for another time. But
I don't like it when people beat themselves up. I'm like, man, wait a minute.
beating myself up. Like,
No,
I
I
just
know.
think
I'm just saying,
I
like-
handled a lot of things poorly. I went through things and should have reached out to someone. I did not. I just, yeah. But anyways.
Okay, that's gonna be a topic I'm gonna do on a podcast of, because that's not fair for you to say.
Okay.
I feel like, yeah,
What?
I feel like you weren't a shitty person. What you went through was shitty, but that didn't make you a shitty person.
I think it just made me very negative on life.
Yes, but that's not a shitty person. That's
Okay.
just rough
Oh, I
patch.
appreciate that. But yeah.
You're not. I can't ever picture you being a shitty person.
Well, that's just you being nice, girl.
No, it's not. Shut up.
It is. Okay,
No.
but I'll take
okay,
it. Whatever.
go with it.
Oh, okay. So, where was I even going with this?
Fuck if I know.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
Story of our
though,
lives.
yeah, I just think that there were a lot of people that instead of reaching out to me, they just thought that, like, they believed what she said.
Yeah.
They believed what these other people said. And they
Yeah.
didn't reach out to me to say, hey, I'm hearing this around town.
Yeah.
I'm hearing this about you. Is this true?
Yeah.
You know, like, you know what really messes me up? Is that, I hate this, but things were spread about my husband, too. My husband, okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah, things were spread about Elijah. Yes. Oh,
Nuh-uh.
Oh, yes. Which really messes me up because we are a one-income family. Still to this day, I've been a stay-at-home mom since I had been. Yes, I had, like, you know, ins and out things. Like, I watched a kid at one time, you know, got paid for it. You know,
You
things
watched
like
a couple
that.
kids.
Yeah, I watched a couple kids at one time. But I'm saying, like, one was, like, steady, one was just for fun, you know, whatever. Anyways, you know, we are a one-income family. My husband was working like 80 hours a week. So, number one, I didn't have to work.
Make his pockets hurt.
Girl, I'm
Dun, dun,
telling
dun,
her
dun,
every
dun.
day. I have a package coming like every day for like a week straight. Girl, online shopping.
That's the most ridiculous
Quarantine.
thing I've ever heard of in my entire life.
Shut your mouth like you don't online shop like a maniac.
Never.
Shut up, whatever.
That doesn't even sound like me.
Anyways.
Sizzle that shit. I should be a sponsor for Sizzle.
You should. I don't sizzle anything. I just pay for it. We're just going for it.
What's wrong with you?
It's fun. Anyways. He was working so much to get her that bed she asked for. She asked for this certain futon. My husband worked so hard for it because it was over $100. Okay, that doesn't sound like much, but when you're a one-income family, this one sole man was taking care of me, Yancey, Bentley, and himself. And I love my husband to death, but he had a lot of debt. He still has some debt.
Yeah.
You know, from mistakes made previously. And because of that, you know, he was working so hard so that way we never slipped behind in bills. We never struggled to the point of, you know, I don't know. We just never lived like that. He worked so much so that way we didn't have to. And he still does that to this day. And so that's why I can make his pockets hurt. It's because he works so much. Anyway, I love my husband. But he spoiled her just as much as he spoiled me.
Yeah.
And I have been spoiled since the day I met him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, he spoiled her just as much. And so the rumors that were spread about him, and the rumor that just messes me up, that she was paying bills in my house. I'm sorry, what? Like, please show me where that money is. And that was said about us, that we were making her pay bills. It's one thing to talk poorly about me.
Weren't you, like, just so that way we can be, like, completely 100% honest, didn't you have her pay, like, a water bill or, like, electric bill here and there?
I think I had her pay one bill, but what it was that we were we gave her our car at one point.
Yeah.
Elijah's car. When she didn't have my parents' car anymore, we gave her Elijah's car. Well,
Yeah.
Elijah constantly filled that thing up with gas.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like, she was, like, so back and forth between if she wanted to work, if she didn't want to work, okay, whatever. I think you should work. If you're able to work, whatever. You know, and she wanted all these things. So she'd blow her money on everything. So I taught her how to pay a bill.
Yeah.
I made her call and pay a bill. But she was very open to it. She was very, yes, okay, like, I'm doing it, you know. And in return, We spoiled the hell out of her. It was our
Yeah.
smallest bill. It was like a little over $20. It was our gas at the time. It was like nothing, but she did pay it, and in return, it was like, I mean, obviously we gave her a free place to live, we gave her a free car, we got her on our phone plan, we were paying the phone bill, we were paying obviously for groceries, we were paying for the groceries when she had numerous boyfriends, we were paying for the groceries when she had all of her friends staying the night, we were spoiling her rotten, in my eyes.
Yeah.
But apparently we weren't. And apparently it wasn't good enough. Everything she asked for, within reason, we gave to her.
Yeah.
I don't remember her asking for something we didn't give. That Lige didn't work an extra double at work so that she could have.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I think the whole, like, situation was, like, really messed up. But, like, so, you know, you kind of shared, like, what your truth was about, like, this subject or whatever. But, like, I don't know. Is there anything else you want to say about it?
I guess a couple things I'd like to say are...
You only get one. I'm just kidding.
Lies. So we kept our mouths shut this whole time.
Right.
We just really have kept our mouths shut.
Yeah.
We've kind of grieved together as sisters, but we've also grieved very separately.
Yeah.
I went to therapy.
Same.
We did a therapy session together.
Yeah. Okay, can I just say, like, how stupid that was?
That was so dumb.
Okay, so we go to the same therapist, right? We love him.
I love my therapist.
Right. So I found him first, and then I shared him.
Yes.
And, like, he's really good. But, like, when we got together, like, so we did a session together, and it just seemed like he was, like, kind of, like...
Trying to break us apart, almost.
Yeah, like...
In a way.
He was like, well, what happens when all this laughter stops? Like, can you guys have a serious conversation? And we're like...
We have serious talks
like,
all the
shut
time.
the front door.
But
Are you
we
freaking
also
kidding me?
choose to see the light in a lot of things.
I guess I'm just confused. I
Why
was like,
not?
why? What the hell is the point of saying that?
I
Like,
don't... Yeah, it was very weird.
I was like,
very weird.
wait a minute. Say what? Like, did you not understand what the point of the session was? Because it was not that. Like,
yeah.
we don't need help communicating.
We're really
In fact,
good at that,
yeah,
actually.
we really are. Like,
yeah.
that's one of the things I really do like about our relationship is our
Yes.
communication for the most part.
Agreed.
Except for the fact that you just told me now you're being brutally honest about me not, like, listening to you all the way or whatever. About
I don't think it was about listening to me. But I think that in this, I'm not saying this is right or wrong.
No.
But I feel like, I was the one that was slapped in the face that day.
Oh, I agree.
think we all were. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're
Absolutely
saying.
all
Like,
slapped in the face.
it was your birthday. Like, she did it on your birthday. It was like, it like you couldn't just wait a day. That was my biggest thing. It's it's like, don't say that it wasn't meant to hurt, because it was.
It was totally.
Why would you do that on her birthday? Like, and that's the thing that was so weird. It's like, we woke up that morning together, like, all of us. Well, no, I should take that back. She woke up at your house.
Yes.
She came over to my house. Like, we had already had it planned. We were going to go to Starbucks together, which we did. She got to drive because she wanted to drive. So she got to drive us up to Starbucks together. And then we got donuts and flowers. And then we were going over to Katie's house to wake her up and sing her happy birthday. So, like, Yancy was a part of that.
Yeah.
And so, like, I guess I'm just confused. Like,
Not only that, but like,
it was so confusing. Like, wait, what? Like,
I lost more than a sister that day.
Yeah.
I lost so much more. Like, I'm still realizing some of the people I lost. And that's wild to me, but I'm still, a whole year later, I'm still realizing some of the people I lost. But, like, I lost so much that day, and I felt like we asked Mom and Kip a lot if they're okay. We asked Kip
yeah.
a lot if he was okay.
Yeah.
And I respect that, and I get that, but I think I was, like, put on the back burner. Am I okay?
Yeah, I could see where you're coming from. And that makes sense. But, excuse me.
I'm not saying that's how it was. I'm saying
No,
that's how I felt it was.
That's
and
okay.
how I saw it. That's
You're
just
allowed
my...
to feel that way.
Yeah, just my feeling, my opinion, I'm not saying that's how you guys did it.
Okay.
At all.
I can understand what you're saying there. But, so, like, what else is it that you're wanting to...
So, it has taken a lot of healing. I do not feel I'm fully healed at all. I'm still really, really messed up, but whatever. Yancy reached out on me on social media last week.
This is like her second time reaching out, isn't it? Because she did it, like, remember that one day, like, she added us on Snapchat?
Yes. With a new account.
Yeah, with a new account. We were like,
wait, what?
Wait, what?
And she was like, I just wanted to see, like, how you guys are doing and how your lives are going. And it was
like, I want you to be I want to see you guys succeed. And we're like,
but you're still talking poorly about us.
I'm so confused.
Things were still coming out.
Yeah. And so, like,
there was no apology at that point that had happened.
Yeah, you're right. And, like, I just remember, like, one of the things, like, because I was like, what? I remember asking her on Snapchat, like, what is the point of this?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I can't remember exactly what had got said. And, like, since now she's blocked on Snapchat, I don't have the messages anymore. But, like, I do have, one of the things, like, that I still remember that's, like, burned into my mind was, like, you guys weren't really my sisters.
Yeah.
You were just made to take care of me. And we're like,
you guys,
first of all,
made me feel like you guys were my mom.
Yeah, like, but, like, so, like, I mean, that sucks that she felt that way, because I had always saw it as, like, we were very mothering and nurturing, but, like, that's just how we were. But also, like, I did not see her just as my child. I saw her as my sister. Like,
yeah.
If she was my child, things would have been done differently.
Girlfriend, that is an understatement.
So, like, when she said that, I was like, wait, what? We're not even sisters? Like, you don't even see us? Which, obviously, because she didn't talk to us anymore, but,
she literally said, like, we were just not sisters.
Yeah.
I actually still have a note in my phone that I carefully conducted a very long time ago, of a conversation. And I remember.
But you sent this to her, didn't you?
I sent this to her, yes.
And then what did she say back?
I had...
Oh, my God.
10 paragraphs, yep, from September 27th, 2019 at 5:55 p.m. Was last time I edited it. I sent it to her through text, and I sent it to her through Snapchat in case she did the whole, oh, I never got it. I made sure this girl got it. We had a conversation. She basically laughed it off and was like, she just was still so spiteful. There was no, I'm sorry. There was no sorry you feel that way. There was no sorry at all. It was still that we were so horrible and she was great. And then I got a message on social media, through Instagram, through an old, which this is just weird to me.
Okay, this is what's crazy. So, I'm not going to say, like, some of the situations that have happened have, like, been okay, but I will say this. So, like, one of the things that happened, I'm not even going to talk about what had actually happened, but, I don't even know what I should really even say. Let me just say, that, like, basically one of the times that had happened, things were getting snuck around. So, basically, we had found out about it, like, Mom and us.
Kids.
Yes. Yeah. And so Mom was like, okay, help me, deactivate this account because this is not supposed to be what's happening. So I deactivated that account and changed the password and deactivated it. So I knew for sure, like, she wouldn't get into it. And then somehow she got into it and messaged Katie off of it. But
and this was like an account from high school.
Yes. Are you going to read that message?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But on April 15th, 7:13 a.m., I got a very long private message on Instagram. No one knows this except for the people in this house and Grammy. I did tell Grammy.
Oh, God. Okay, go on. You did not tell me you told Grammy.
Yeah, I accidentally said it.
Oh, okay.
It was a real big oops. Actually, Lige kind of slipped it out first, and then I was like, oh, shit. And I was like, oh. And Grammy was like, wait, what? And I was like, oh, shit, Grammy. Like, I wasn't going to tell anybody.
If we haven't made this clear, like, she basically cut off this whole side of the family.
Yes, we were all
the whole side of the family.
Everyone.
And, like, very mean things have been said about all of us.
Yes.
I guess I don't know, have things been said about me or not?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Things have been said about all of us. Every single person.
Okay.
Everyone.
And, like, I just want it to be known, like, this is not, like, a podcast, like, dishing her.
No.
Because her truth...
Dissing, not dishing. Dissing her.
That's what I said.
No, it's not.
Okay, this isn't a podcast dishing her.
Roll back the dates.
Dishing her.
Stop it.
This is just a podcast of us sharing our truth, but mostly so, like, for Katie to share her truth, because tomorrow is her birthday, and this all went down on her birthday, and a year later, I feel like and I know Kitty even feels like too, like this whole situation was like really crazy.
Really crazy. That's a big yawn. Okay. Really crazy. Wow, you're old. Not only really crazy, but also it's made it to where I don't want to celebrate my birthday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is a day of mourning.
Yeah.
I have lost someone important in my life. And that's how I've looked at it. That's how I've looked for the past year when I think about my birthday tomorrow. I've literally been like, my birthday's like a day of mourning. I lost someone so important to me. And it just really broke my heart. Like, I don't want to celebrate tomorrow. I know Sarah's not going to let that happen. But I don't want to celebrate tomorrow. I've already been spoiled. Oh, man, I got spoiled. But, you know, I don't want to celebrate it. It's ruined. It hurts. I'm very hurt. I already cried today when I spoke to my mom. And she was like, yay, your birthday's tomorrow. Like, woohoo. You know, and I was like, no, Mom. Like, I don't want to celebrate tomorrow. I cried when we got off the phone. You don't know that, Mom. But I cried because I'm just hurt. I hurt for my parents. I hurt for my sister. I hurt for my husband. I really hurt for Ben because when she left, the bed was still there. And Ben would crawl up on her futon and just sit there and cry. A 1-year-old would sit there and cry and just wait for her.
Yeah.
And that killed me.
And he carried around a photo of her.
Oh, he carried around a photo of her and one of her best friends, ex-best friends. I don't know if they talk. I don't know. But he carried around a photo of her for so long. And I finally had to get rid of that photo. I tucked it away in a box. I still have it. I can't bring myself to get rid of it. But I had to take it away because it just hurts my heart. There's so many pictures of him with her.
Yeah.
You know, like, we took Christmas pictures with her. His first birthday party.
Yeah.
Everything. The night I brought him back to Iowa, I woke her up by putting him next to her. And, like, yeah, like, I have pictures of all that. She was a big part of his life.
Yeah.
For that first year and, you know, whatever months. And so my heart just hurts for all the people she has hurt. In my heart.
Yeah.
It just breaks my heart.
So,
yeah.
Do you want her back in your life?
No.
Why?
You know, I think this part of me feels like a bad person for saying this. And part of me feels like, you know, second chances. But we've given her so many chances. And, like, she sent me an apology. And I'm not going to read it all. But, like, there was a lot of, I'm sorry for doing this. I'm sorry for doing that. These people, you know, I had a lot of pressure from certain people. I wasn't in the right mental state. I'm sorry if apologizing makes you have a bad day. You know, the last two sentences. I understand things won't go back to normal, so I hope that this apology will suffice for me, and I love and miss you. It's still, part of me just feels like it's for her. It's about her. It's clearing her mind mentally. It's not like, I don't know. I think there's too much damage done to bring her back in my life, and I couldn't do that to my husband. I couldn't do that to my son. I couldn't do that to you. I am at peace.
Yeah.
In a way, at peace with what happened. Because, you know, it's changed everything for me. That sounds stupid, but it has changed
We lost
everything.
a sister.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, like, we literally lost a sister.
At the end of the day, like, everyone's like, oh, don't you hate her? And, like, you would think you hate her. No, all I'm thinking about right now is,
I love her and I miss her.
And are you taken care of? Are you okay? Is she okay? I'm sorry. Is she getting the help I know she needs mentally? Because I was getting her that help. She was going to therapy. She was on medication in my house. She was open to freely talk about anything and everything.
Right.
Is she eating right? Is she paying her bills on time? Is she safe? I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
It sucks. It's like, it's very rough. But
It's
like,
very rough.
Like when you say like it wouldn't be fair to me or whatever, but like, I mean, I have thoughts of like wanting her back, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I do have those
I
thoughts.
think, so like, she messaged Katie, but she didn't message me, and that's okay because, you know, it was her and Katie's relationship that was, I guess, a lot, like, I don't know. Closer?
It really messes me up that she didn't message you, because I'm like,
it's okay.
it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's not okay that she didn't message you. Why? Why
Well,
did she not
felt,
message
I think
her?
she felt closer to you. Like, I was definitely more of like a mother.
Yeah.
Like a mothering figure, I should say.
That doesn't make it okay, though.
Well, of course it doesn't make it okay. The whole situation's not okay. But, like,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, like,
Yeah.
it's obviously, like, I mean, I think she was a lot closer to you. Hell, she lived with you, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
She
I was...
ran to me.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is just hard all around, like, because she wanted to come... Well, I should say she told me she wanted to come and stay with us for the summer and all that. And she was... Yeah, so I'm not even going to go into all that. But,
Yeah, I'm not going to go into, like, the situation as to why she ran away from, you know, our parents' house. But, like, she ran to me.
Yeah.
And I tarnished every relationship I had. Because I said, I believe her.
Not only that, but it was more of like you had opened your house and your arms and everything to her.
When we were financially stable, but I'm not saying we were hurting for money, we were poor, nothing. You know, we're financially stable. But at the time, yeah, you know, we could have been doing a lot better. Like, we had a newborn baby, and, you know, we were living in an apartment, and, you know, one income and stuff, you know. So, like, we weren't, like, super, super well off. My husband made it happen, though, to where we were super well off. You know, and... Yeah, I talked to my husband. Well, actually, I told her, yes, you can move in. Before I even talked to my husband.
Right.
I just, like, was like, come here, little birdie. Let me take you under my wing.
Yeah.
And F everyone else, because I'm going to take care of her.
Yep.
And I really did. I tarnished my relationship with my grandparents. Not necessarily tarnished my relationship with my husband, but I did put him on the back burner because I felt she needed taken care of. I really tarnished my relationship with my parents at the time. And in a way, I don't feel like I tarnished our relationship, but I did kind of be like, listen, I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm doing it anyways. Like, I was just like, I'm doing it.
Right.
Whether that hurt anyone else or not, I just wanted to take care of her.
Yeah.
I still just want to take care of her so many times. And then I'm like, you know what? I can't.
Yeah. So what do you hope to get, like, out of this podcast? Out of, like, putting your truth out there, like, what do you hope comes from it?
I hope I can wake up tomorrow and my first thought not be her.
Yeah.
But this just sounds so stupid. Like, this, I just know this sounds stupid. There are so many days where my first thought in the day is she okay? That sounds dumb. But I will tell you, and I'm not going to tell you who these people are because that's a whole nother thing. But, like, there's so many times where my first thought of the day is Allie okay?
Yeah.
Is Sophia okay?
Right.
Are these people that mean so much to me, are they okay? Like, I don't know. I don't want tomorrow to only think about her. I know I'm going to think about her the whole day. But I don't want to only think about her. I don't want to only wonder, you know, why'd she send me this message? Is this genuine? Does she need me?
Yeah.
Is she okay? Is there something she needs out of this? Like, I haven't responded to the message. I don't know if I'm going to respond to the message. I don't know what I would even say at this point. Sometimes I really, really know what I would say, and I really, really know if I ran into her right now, this is exactly what I would say. And there's other times where I'm just like, so speechless, because I still don't understand.
Right.
I'll never get clarity, I don't think.
No.
I mean, what else I don't think get clarity on, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think that I think that closure is possible, but
Yes.
like to ever understand the situation that happened, I don't think it's gonna happen.
No.
And I think honestly, to clear our names, I don't think that's gonna ever happen either. But
No.
I just think that the most important thing, like that, like this episode goes right along with my small town episode that I did.
Yes, very much.
That's
so.
basically what the small town episode, part of it was about.
Yeah.
Was just to remember, like, you know, people lie every day, and there's always snakes in the grass, and there's always two sides to every story, I feel like. Oh my god, that's so perfect. Kitty just got a notification on her phone saying I am happy. It's like an affirmation app. I highly recommend you download it. It's called I Am.
Highly recommend.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what else do you want to say?
I'll probably think of something tomorrow. I just think if the people that were in that room that day I found her, if they listen to this,
I doubt it.
I doubt it. But if they ever do listen to this, think what you want, say as you please. But I have now said my piece. I have spoken my piece with my therapist. I have respected those people to the point where I never trash their name around town.
Yes.
I never told people what happened, who was in that room, where I found her, the past with those people that were in. You know, I never said anything.
Yeah, that's
never
true.
said anything.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot I could have said, and there's a lot I could still say, but I didn't, and I haven't, and I won't.
Right.
But just know that I've heard she has spit on those people now and has ruined her relationship. Part of me wants to say, I told you so. And part of me wants to say, I'm sorry she wasn't raised that way. I'm sorry she hurt all these people.
Right. Anything else?
No.
Any last words? It's pretty intense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you said what you like actually wanted to say? Like,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Good. So, okay, where's my phone at? So, this is your birthday episode.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, we can't let a birthday episode end on a raunchy, sour note, right?
Of course not.
Okay.
Oh gosh, raging out at this. I don't even want to know.
Okay. So, excuse me. Every episode, I guess I should say this first. Like this, I want everybody to know that this podcast was not for anybody else except for Katie to have like peace with this and kind of like have a way for her to move on and like clear her name from what has been said around town. And like just people have asked questions too, and like I don't know, I just feel like this was like a long time coming. You know?
Yeah.
The amount of people that we have lost, the amount of people I've even lost, like I've lost someone that was like close to me since I was 18 years old.
Who?
Are you kidding me?
It's 18. Mouth it. Who?
You're not good at this.
No, what? Oh, girl! I didn't even get into that one. Yes.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Over this.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Nuts. It's nuts to me.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, so I don't want this to be like this wasn't a bash session. This wasn't a session of us to just talk bad or poorly. And at the end of the day, I had to say, like, if you know she ever does listen to this episode, we still love you.
That messed me up.
I know.
Because I wanted to say that.
You can say that.
I know.
And we still miss you. And apparently, we still think that you're a sister. And I think that at the end of the day, like, we can say what we want and we can be as hurt as we want. And I still feel like I'm shocked, like, you haven't messaged her back yet.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know, like, I don't even know what what do you even say to that? Like, because, like, there's a point where, like, you have to stay strong. But then, that, like, stay strong as in, like, you can't just, like, quiver every time an apology is said because it was so much more than that, you know?
Yeah. I still love her.
Yeah.
I still miss her.
Yeah.
I think about her every single day.
Yep.
I just, at the end of every single day, I really hope she's okay.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to fight your own mind, and I know what it's like to not be healthy mentally.
Yeah.
I get it. I hate it, but I get it. I have been there.
Yeah.
I just hope she's okay.
Yeah.
And I hope whoever she's with is taking care of her in a genuine way.
Right. Right. I just think that this whole thing, though, is like super, super dumb. Honestly, like, I mean, I'm very angry about it because, like, I mean, the small town thing. I guess I won't say what I want to say, but
Say it.
no, because it's stupid. Like, but I'm just saying, like the whole situation, like, you know, when we went, like, the situation we went through the drive-through and back home, and then all of a sudden, like, the person started liking my photos on Facebook, and it's like, you obviously
happened.
And it's like, okay, but why? That doesn't make any sense. Like, obviously, we know we were brought up in conversation type of thing. I know some people probably aren't following along with me, but, like, basically someone that she was associated with.
She is still associated with every single day.
Yeah. Like, started liking my pictures on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, but why? That was so stupid. Anyways, whatever. It is what it is. I can't even. Right?
Couldn't agree more.
Like, what the hell do you say? But anyways, so we're going to end this long-ass episode on a little bit of a positive note. Katie has no idea what's about to happen.
I literally can't even see her phone right now.
Yes. Okay, because I'm holding it up. Because I found some things. I have a couple of things up my sleeve, you guys. As if I haven't already, like, we've done some crazy things for her birthday already.
Literally the craziest thing.
So she got a Michael Kors backpack that she's been wanting. An Apple Watch, an iPad.
A case that comes with my iPad that I wanted, like the color and stuff. Same with the band for the watch. They totally got me a new one. No Bull tennis shoes, which if y'all haven't heard about, go check them out. A lot of Alani nutrition stuff, which I'm obsessed with. What else? Oh, and 2 new pairs of glasses coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she's been very spoiled. And then, like, she doesn't even know about tomorrow yet. So,
Wonderful.
I mean, it's not really that much, but it is kind of cute. Okay. So, and then, like, there's something else tomorrow I forgot about. Oh, my God. It's going to be adorable. You're going to cry.
Fabulous.
Oh, my God. You're going to cry. Elijah almost ruined it the other day.
I'm not
Shocker.
shocked.
Okay, but anyways, so this is what I want to say. So being a sister to her, so being sisters, period, is probably the most competitive relationship within the family. But once the sisters are grown, it becomes the strongest relationship.
Don't look at me like that.
I can't. Okay. And then just one little thing. Okay. I just want to say, happy birthday, dear little sister. I hope that life always smiles at you. And leaves you with years of experiences, emotions, and happiness. And I am so thankful to have you as a sister. And don't forget that I will be by your side no matter what.
I hate you.
I know. Okay, so that's it. I just love you.
I love you.
Okay, so we're gonna end the podcast there. And you guys are gonna laugh at the way we've been recording this whole episode. So as you know, like, my house is unpacked, and we're in the middle of unpacking.
I was gonna say, it is not unpacked, guys.
But basically, I don't have a desk or a room yet, and they took over my spare bedroom too because they're moving in for a little bit. But so we are in the hallway of my master attached to my bathroom, and we're on the floor on this
in between two closets
recording this episode. So pictures to come. You guys have to check it out on my Instagram. It is goddessontherise_. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And obviously, if you don't know, like, what we're talking about, I just hope that you can have some kind of takeaway when it comes to this. Like, just know that you have permission to grieve. You have permission to tell your side of the story. You have permission to be upset about whatever is going on in your life, and seek out that therapy if you need. And just know that, you know, there is always 2 sides to every story, and your truth is your truth, no matter if it's right, wrong, or whatever. That is your truth. And as long as you live in your truth, and as long as you're honest and open, I feel like the universe has your back. And yeah, that's it. Yeah. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. All right. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll talk soon.